Alright, my dear friends, now let's continue where we left off and complete our function. So now let's create a for loop and process each image in turn. For this, we start with, for example, let's create for loop here and let the element name be, for example, I, and let's reach every cell in our image. To do this, let's multiply calls with rows. If we do something like this, our element I variable will be reaching all of the cells of our image. And also, this loop will loop through costs multiplied by rows, which determines how many images there are in total. In this way, we will process all images one by one. As a first step, let's resize each image with the resize function. So for this, let's call first our image list here, and also we will reach the I index, and let's call in this list our resize function. Here we adjust the images according to the dimensions of the first image. So it is, as you know, width 1 and height 1. That's why I will create a tuple here and I will set it as width 1 and height 1. If we do something like this, it will be the original size. And also we need to set the different parameter, which is interpolation, because the resizing process smooth and high quality with the interpolation operation. For this, let's call our interpolation parameter and let's set it as inter area. Then we apply the scaling factor a second time using the resize function again. So that's why let's copy this and let's paste it here. And also the size this time will be 0 by 0. And also the second parameter, which is dimension size, will be none, because we will scale our image. And also the third and fourth parameter will be our scale parameter. If we do something like this, we can enlarge or reduce images with the scale variable, thus adjusting the size of the image according to needs. Alright, so now let's move to a new line. Now we need to do a check. To do this, let's create an if condition here and let's open and close parentheses. If the image is grayscale, so which is two-dimensional matrix, so if we want to check this, so let's create our len function and let's check our image list I index and its shape, and also it's equal to value 2. We will move inside of our if condition. Here we check the dimension of the image. A grayscale image will have a size of 2. If this condition is met, let's convert this grayscale image to color using the CVT color function. That's why I will call our image list I index here and I will assign CVT color function, and let's convert our image list from gray to PGR. So for this, let's type here color underscore gray to PGR, and we are done. This way we can combine images more consistently. So now let's move outside of our for loop and let's continue. Now let's combine all the images on a board. First we will create an empty list called how to merge horizontally. For example, let the variable name be hor, and let's call our image blank variable and let's multiply by rows. And now we need to reach the rows in our image. So how to solve this? For this, let's create a for loop here and let the element name be, for example, y, and let's reach our rows and also of our image. So let's move inside. In this loop, the variable y will represent the row number. For each line, we create a new list called line. So that's why let's create a new list here and let the name be line, and let's create an empty list. And then let's take the sass, which is images, in each row one by one with the for loop again. So that's why I will create for x in range, and let's reach calls. And let's move inside of our second for loop here. So now let's add these images to the line list. That's why I will call our line list here, and I will use append method because I want to add some images here, and also open and close parentheses. In this way we can combine the images from each row. So for this, let's call our image list here, and also the index will be y multiplied by calls and also plus x. If we do something like this, we can successfully combine the images from each row. So now let's continue. So now let's merge all the images in this line horizontally with the command hStack function. To do this, let's move into our first for loop here, and let's call our hor variable, and let's reach the y index, and also let's call our horizontally stack function, and let's define our line variable. If you do something like this, we can successfully merge all the images in this line horizontally. Alright, so now let's move to our function main block here. This time let's join all the lines vertically. For this, let's create a variable named where, and let's assign this time mp.vertically stack function, and also let's define our hor variable. This command combines the lines that we previously combined horizontally and vertically. As a result, we merge all the images into one large image. And finally, let's return the merged image and finish the process. Alright, we are done. So now let's move on to our next lesson.